Welcome back, guys. We are in the thick of winter, and today I'm going to show you a day of basically training, spending my whole day in the pain cave, and what I eat in a day like that.
And what are you starting by eating?
Today it's like how it is every day. It's oatmeal with protein powder. I have nuts, berries, banana, a bit of peanut butter, and then AG1 and April coffee. So yeah, that's a standard. Now we're heading off to the pool. That's the first pain cave, and after that, home in the basement. And then today, because it's a long day of training, I use the Essential Performance from Raw, where you have like creatine and beta-alanine and all that stuff. This is without caffeine, so that's what I like. We have two versions. We can use one with caffeine and one without, but today I don't want to be jacked to the so I just want to have the kind of steady benefits of the pre-workout.
And you drink the whole thing before you start the workout, or you take it to the pool?
I take it to the pool, but I drink it in the car on the way to the pool. I think that's a good way to do it. I also have a cup of coffee, but so that is the caffeine, but I don't feel like it hits as hard as if there's caffeine in this one. I'm thinking a bit about asking Magic 5 for a special DB edition, a line of a special color. And I'm thinking about army green, but let me know what you think would be cool.
Are we talking goggles or cap?
Goggles and cap.
Ooh.
Both. That'll be sick. Because the caps are they are some of the best caps I've ever worn. So I would really enjoy swimming in those.
Nice.
So today the session is 1500 warm-up with drills, a bit of kicking, getting into it, and then 10 times 400. Just basic aerobic stuff. So what we try to do in sessions like these are keeping the lactate under 1, basically. So it feels really slow, but accumulated, it's gonna be a really impactful session. It will not take a lot out of the body, but it's a really good session to make sure to keep like good technique and shit like that, and that will benefit you a lot on race day, and also on harder sets, and then some cool down afterwards. And then Mitch is jumping in the pool. He brought Speedos here, the sexiest Speedos I've ever seen. Maybe I'm actually gonna borrow them.
I didn't bring them to the pool, sorry.
I'm not gonna borrow them. He chose not to wear it, which I'm extremely disappointed in, actually.
I can't do it.
But you looked so good in those. Maybe I should do a bathing suit line. Speedos. was it.
That was it?
It felt a bit longer than it had to, but it's fine. We're here in Pontresina because the one in St. Moritz is being renovated. It's actually really cool because we have hours from 7 to 10 where we can come and swim, and then from 10 onwards it's for public. So I'm really happy for the setup we have right now. They've done a really good job at helping us.
Nice.
What I basically aim for per hour, just to make it really easy, is 75 grams of carbs in the bottle, and then 25 grams in a gel. So 1 bottle of energy, 1 gel per hour. I go quite high on the carbs because I'm in altitude, and these kind of sessions is just taxing on the body no matter what. And I can feel when I go higher, like going from 60 grams to 100 grams per hour in just basic sessions, I just tend to have better recovery and also better training. So I try to go quite high on those. Average power will be around between 230 and 250 for the whole session. So it is still like quite a lot of energy I have to run through, and also it's a long day of training. In total, it's going to be between 5 and 6 hours. So it is basically between 8,000 to like 7,000 and 8,000 calories I'm going through. So I can just basically take on as much as I kind of like. But I think in turn, like, I would definitely recommend going high carb, be on the safe side instead of just being on the line. And when I go high carb, I really like the Fuel non-flavored from Raw, because I can basically, I don't feel any discomfort in the stomach from using this. While for every brand, when they put just a little bit of taste in it, I think it can get a bit much. So this, I'll probably use 1 bottle and start out 1 bottle of this, the Fuel with some taste. Here's the lemon lime. That's really good. And then from there, I'm just gonna go basically non-flavored for the rest of the session. And after the session, I'm gonna have straight off the bike, I'm gonna have 1 recovery drink. That's just gonna be the isolate protein. This one, that's really good. Mix it with carbs again and replenish because you're gonna sweat a lot, especially on the turbo. You have quite a high sweat rate, so it's just good to replenish with salts and minerals and stuff afterwards. Yep. So I keep it as easy as possible. 3 scoops of this and 1 of these per hour, and then you're safe. And then on the side of these, with energy in it, I'll just have water on the side to fill up, because as I said, sweat rate is going to be quite high, so I'd rather have too much water than too little. So the first part is just getting the body ready. It depends a bit on the like fatigue level. Sometimes you need quite a lot of activation, and sometimes you need a bit less. But what I really like in heavy training periods, it's like rolling the body quite a lot, spending 10 minutes at foam rolling before you start the activation exercise. Then afterwards I pick up a few some bands, different strengths. I wanted to activate the back, the glutes, hips, quads and stuff. First we spend some time opening up the back. Then we start with the bands. And then we go to the banded walks, and I think a lot of people actually knows those. The first ones is just 10 walks each side. Make sure to get like good activations in the glutes. After that, you go straight to the same, but just with a flip. So on the side, flip it outwards, side, flip it outwards. So on each side. Then I do some hip extensions. Then we bring in the yoga ball, put it down. I go on the back. And then it's like hip extensions. And then one of my favorite ones is putting a foam roller to the floor or to the wall. And then you go up, your foot in, your foot out. And then doing one leg. Because you feel like that goes straight to the glute, straight to the hamstring and fires up in the right pattern you kind of have to do while cycling. So let's get the fuel ready. What we have is the session for today. It's a basic long, 3 hours 30. So you can see it here. We have the basic zones, that's around 250, and then so that's 12 minutes in basic zone and then 3 minutes in lower than basic, or the lower part of the basic zone. So everything will be around between 250 and 230 watts, and then with a little bit of warm up before that. So that's what we are gonna get stuck into. Let's get it. Bottles of raw, these 4 gels, 2 bottles of water, 145 kilometers of riding virtually. So that was a good session. Now we're gonna head into the sauna and heat up a little bit, just to get some heat adaptation, like light heat adaptation. We mix a bit between active heat and passive heat. So passive heat is in the sauna. It's easier on the body, not as effectful, but I still see huge benefits of it. And then I also just love being in the sauna, so that's a massive plus. I'm back from lunch. And now I'm gonna destroy the treadmill. I had a quick change, and now we are back for the last session of the day. It's a treadmill run, 1 hour, just basic stuff. The biggest question is what shoes to wear today. Actually, when I've had a day where like there's been a lot of training, I'd actually prefer to have a kind of a hard shoe, because then I also get the feel for how the big toe, how the foot moves and everything. So I think the Cloud is probably a good option for today, because there's still a little bit of like, it's kind of responsive and you get the feel for it. So, and I really like them for the treadmill runs. I think the Invincibles will be kind of too soft, so that's a good choice. During I'll have one of these and one bottle I'm gonna fill with the fuel as before, still sticking to the 100 grams, even though it might be a lot. Yep. So I think that's it.
And what's the session?
1 hour easy jog, basically. Basically, it's around, for me, it's around 13 and 14 kilometers an hour, like 4:30, 4:15-ish. Just basic stuff. Focus on movement. That's why I also use the sticks, the drumsticks, because that helps me quite a lot with the feel for the arms and the arm carry, and then translate that to the foot movement as well. That was it for today. Winter training day, basically, in the pain cave. Before we leave, I wanted to give you a very quick rundown of what I eat in a day. Mitch says it cannot be 10 minutes, so I'll try to keep it as short as possible. Just for you to have some insights in what we actually eat, or what I eat as a professional triathlete. I eat a lot, so that's the main topic. You should never go to bed starving. So breakfast, big meal. I tend to say it's the most important meal of my day. Porridge with protein powder, where I use the raw isolate. Then I put some berries in it, nuts, honey, whatever kind of fruits and stuff I have laying around. That's always nice to keep it a bit entertaining as well, to what to put on your breakfast. And then I take the supplements, that's the AG1, and then I do the creatine and the collagen. Then obviously coffee on the side, that's always a good one. Then the first session, and this actually goes for both sessions, so the AM session and the PM session. Here I have the easy ones, that's between 80 and 100 grams an hour. That's one bottle and one gel divided in that. That's the easy sessions. Then I have the hard sessions, and that's between 130 and 200 grams an hour, and that's still one bottle. I'll mix it up a tad harder than I did today, so that will maybe be 100 or 120 grams in one bottle, and then mixing it up with gels. And kind of my rule of thumb is here, just have as much as you like, pretty much, unless something else is specifically described in the session. Post session, always recovery shake, the raw isolate for all post sessions, more or less directly after, as quick as possible. Then I have the lunch, and I buy the every packs, that's like pre-made, really high quality greens and protein. All of it is vegan, and I kind of like it for the PM session as well, because it's not as heavy on the stomach. So that one as a staple, and then I just mix amounts of carbs, and that's rice or pasta, because I can see how much I'm burning here, and then also how much I'm going to burn in the PM session. So I can like add up whatever grams of carbs I need for that. Pretty quick and easy math to do. Snacks, that goes in between sessions, in between meals, everything, and that's fruit. I sometimes do apple with peanut butter or whatever. That's great for a pre-session meal. I do popcorn in the evening. I love popcorn, always make it myself to make sure that it's the best possible quality. And then eggs as well, that's also good for protein. It's good to get a solid amount of protein in. For dinner, and I've tried to do it here where you can kind of see it visually. So you have a hard session where like you have the most amount of carbs, a little bit, and then like protein and vegetables are pretty much 1/4 of the plate. Then we have the middle days, that's half the plate carbs, and then still a quite big amount of protein, because you've been probably training for like today 6 hours, but intensity have been kind of low, so you still need quite a lot of protein and the vegetables. Easy days, trying to keep it kind of equal between all of them, and not as big amounts either. And then as supplements, I take the Life Pack and the omega-3. And both of these are from Nu Skin, as well as the collagen in the top. All of that, like I'll link in bio all the supplements and all the products I use on a daily basis. Screenshot it, do whatever you want with it, try it out if you want to. Let me know in the comments if it helps. See you around. Ciao, ciao.